Sit down, shut your mouths,
and watch The Gift of Gabe. Yo, party peeps, what is up? It's your boy, the best Gabber in the biz. Holy freaking crap, the hot streak of AEW continues with another dope-ass show and another peak main event from the Alpha Knosuke Takeshita and freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Oh man, guys, I had to decompress because I was so hyped that we can't even just talk about it. We're going to have to gab about it. So let's just get into it. Takeshita versus Orange was freaking as peak as we thought it was going to be. I mean, that freaking counter from reversing the DDT, stopping the Stun Dog Millionaire, still holding him up in one circular motion for the Blue Thunder Bomb. And then beach break on the table, freaking Orange punch, DDT outside on the ring, and then boom, knock him out. And then the closing sequence, just everything about that match from beginning to end was incredible. Just my freaking God. And of course, Takeshita is still the international champion. Orange, we still love you. Hope to see you as world champion one day. Takeshita, we know you're going to be world champion one day. Holy freaking F. And now it's official. We already knew it was going to happen, but that's just great to see the graphic. Takeshita, Kenny Omega Part 2 for the AEW International Championship. And honestly, I think these guys are going to top their epic classic at All Out 2023. Because in that match, Kenny was already dealing with diverticulitis that he would eventually leave like 3 months later and wouldn't see it in the ring for over like 14 months. And now he's fully healthy. Forget that, dude. They're going to top that match. And all of Revolution is just going to be absolutely peak to where like we really feel like we're levitating from our seats from where we're watching, being like, oh, heaven. But I've seen multiple takes. Takeshita wins, Kenny wins. I just saw someone be like, yo, Takeshita wins, and then he unifies both belts against Okada at Dynasty, or Kenny wins and he goes like a John Cena US Open Challenge type run with the belt. Honestly, I feel like you can go multiple ways with this. If Takeshita loses, I would do it like this. Because I saw not a report, but I saw a theory, which it could definitely happen. Takeshita loses, Kenny wins the belt, Kenny Okada, main event of All In, title for title, unify the titles, but not so you can hold both of them, to basically get rid of both and have a new second world championship. Let's call it the AEW Global Heavyweight Championship. But just imagine a super badass looking belt like the AEW World Championship. Just maybe with a little modification. Just imagine another badass version of that. Global Heavyweight Championship, crowning the first champion. You could go Kenny, you could go Okada. Either one is fine. But then, whoever wins that, because it'll be like July, by like Full Gear, Takeshita can beat whoever that guy is, whether it's Kenny or Okada. Takeshita becomes the second ever AEW Global Heavyweight Champion. So I don't think Takeshita losing would hurt if a plan like that is in place, because then it's just a part of another victory. Hell, you could have Kenny beat Okada there, and then you're like, okay, Takeshita versus Kenny 3, biggest one for this Global Heavyweight Championship. Kenny puts over Takeshita again, Takeshita wins. Or, shit, Takeshita could just straight up win and then drop the belt at some point to a guy like Powerhouse Hobbs. It really doesn't matter. I feel like, especially because Tony's been in the weeds and we've really been on lock right now for the past month and we ain't stopping, no sir. I think no matter who wins this match, we're going to be eating good with whoever's going to be the international champion and the stuff going forward. But just goddamn, dude, that match is going to be so peak. The first one was epic, but they're going to top it, man. I can't freaking wait.
I mean, for God's sakes, I came!
Guys, a lot of good happened here on Dynamite tonight, and some bad. The Outrunners did get a title shot, which means they're most likely going to die against the Hurt Syndicate, even if it is in a triple threat against the Hurt Syndicate and Murder Machines. But I'm just not ready for them to die, the youngest men alive. I'm just not ready for that. But some great stuff that happened on Dynamite. More Hangman MJF stuff leading into their match for Revolution. Swerve versus Ricochet is on. Not with a stip, but it will determine the next #1 contender for the AEW World Championship. Basically determining who your boy's going to see in the main event of Dynasty, which will also be freaking peak again. Let's go. But another thing that we got tonight is a super awesome trios match between the Undisputed Kingdom and Daniel Garcia and FTR, DGFTR. I think that's what they have used before. Cole pinned Garcia as we expected. And now, a little surprising, we have the title match going down this Saturday on Collision. But it's not really that surprising considering they're going to be live on that show, literally going right up against Elimination Chamber. Like, that whole show is so stacked with what they got already, with Kenny showing up and FTR versus Undisputed Kingdom, Roddy and O'Reilly. Like, I'm going to have to watch both. They're both too peak. It's going to be awesome. But my point is that one of two things is going to happen. And both really lead to the same result. Either one, because the heel turn is, no matter what, inevitable. You saw more of it tonight, and the respect has to be thrown out the window at some point. Adam Cole and the rest of the Undisputed Kingdom are going to turn heel. Either he's going to turn heel in that match with Garcia, low blow on what the referee's turned, or like sneak it or whatever, and be like, oh, and be like, act surprised, finish it off, 1, 2, 3, new TNT champion. Or Garcia does what Cole did tonight, sneak a win out, and then Cole's like, oh, respect, and then bam, whacks him in the mitt, beats his ass, holds up the TNT championship, turns heel, and then by that point, like 8 days later, we run it back at Revolution. Cole then wins the TNT championship. Either way, I think Adam Cole is the next TNT champion. He's going to do it by turning heel. He has like $1 million since freaking getting back with the boys. Like, the ring rust looks to be gone. And the little interactions we got with him and Garcia, you know that match is going to cook. So I think no matter what, we are going to crown a new TNT champion, whether it's on Collision or whether it's after that, possibly Revolution in a rematch. But Adam Cole is going to be going back to turning heel, where he is honestly at his best, you know. And I think he's going to be getting that finally first taste of singles gold, the TNT championship, and set off on his path to one day finally getting that AEW World Championship. But for now, sorry Garcia, love you, but the next TNT champion is going to be coming courtesy of a Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, they got more of them. Marina, Claudio, done. They all got taken out courtesy of Jay White, Cope, and Willow. It was beautiful. And freaking Wheeler Yuta, Psycho kneed Marina in the face. Oh, dude. Yuta, you are the last line of defense, and you know, Mox is stressing right now. He's probably beating his ass to be like, this is what you let happen. We can't lose everything. Dude, it is freaking insane, and I love it. I saw some people be like, oh, maybe Jay White joins the Death Riders. I'm like, that's not happening. I saw someone be like, Jack Perry maybe she returns to join the Death Riders. I'm like, I don't think that's happening either. Honestly, if we're being for real, I think the likelihood of Cope winning the championship, or just actually, no, I'll say this, the likelihood of Christian Cage cashing in is looking more and more realistic. Because all the Death Riders, keep in mind, are going to be gone. Because I think Yuta gets taken out as well, obviously. I don't think there's going to be anyone left. So either one, Cope takes advantage, wins the championship. Jay White did his part. He doesn't want to help Mox. Jay's not going to screw Cope because he hates Mox just as much as anybody. So Cope wins, this. Bam! That is where he screws him and is like, fuck you, did my part. And then that's when Christian comes out, cashes in, ruins Cope's moment, becomes a new AEW World Champion. Goes on like a Samoa Joe type AEW World Title run for like 4 months, drops it probably like all in. Or Cope ends up not being able to get the job done. Mox finds a way to survive. And because there's now nobody around him, which has not happened since Christian Cage got that contract, we see Christian finally cash in on Moxley, become the new AEW World Champion. Like, I really feel like this is setting up for Christian Cage to, no matter what, in either scenario, to walk out our father and as the AEW World Champion. I could be wrong, but it's got that smell to it, and I like it. So, we gotta wait until the pay-per-view comes. It's still 11 days away, but I think no matter what, it's getting really close and close that we might be walking out of Revolution with a new AEW World Champion. And he might just be our father, Christian Cage. Okay, you guys, that is Dynamite. We are done. Put in the rearview mirror. We are done. Oh man, Saturday's gonna be a fun day. Collision, like, it's been going great freaking the last like whole month. Tony is locked in. He's online as hell, just like Triple H. He knows he's not gonna stop for weeks, for months, for years. We are freaking back, baby. We're gonna keep cooking like crazy. That's why Saturday's gonna be busy. I'm gonna be watching both Chamber, probably on my TV, and then on my phone, freaking the parts of Collision. It's gonna be awesome. But before we get to those pieces of awesomeness, we're gonna get SmackDown. Probably being a drag again this Friday. But hey, all can be saved if LA Knight, wins back the United States Championship and the world will truly begin healing. But guys, I hope you enjoyed Dynamite tonight. It was a great show. You're not going to want to miss any of these shows coming up. You're not going to want to miss what your boy, the best Gabber in the biz, has to say afterwards. So keep on liking, subscribing, and all that cool stuff. And most importantly, keep on remembering that when it comes to talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe right here. Okay, guys, Dynamite was dope. Let's move on to SmackDown, and hopefully not as much of a drag, and hopefully we get a new United States champion. Yeah. So until then, deuces, puces, get out of here. I am done.